Hey, what's up, guys? It's Adi here. Should you beat off while in a relationship? Now, from my personal experience, nothing really good comes out of it. I can't think of one positive that comes out of it when you beat off while in a relationship. Now, number one, you're using that energy by beating off and releasing that energy when it should be used and directed either towards the relationship, towards your partner, or your purpose. And if you direct it to your purpose, your job or your skills or your hobbies or whatever, you're making money, then that's going to help the relationship anyway. So it's a win-win if you utilize that energy, that your life essence, instead of just giving it away to degen material. You're putting into where it actually matters, your life purpose. That's where it actually matters. So another thing is, you're putting not only putting your diverting your attention away from yourself and your relationship, but by putting your energy and diverting it to degen material, it is gonna ruin the relationship. It's not just you're missing out a little bit. It is gonna negatively impact the way you prioritize the things that actually need to be prioritized. By diverting that energy, you're literally just shooting yourself in the foot. You're shooting the relationship on the foot. Let me give an example. It's like that Family Guy episode or whatever, and it's let's just say your relationship is that horse. You know what I mean? It's like a racing horse. And then you go and watch corn and beat off and just start lusting over other females. And it's you're just shooting that racehorse in the leg, and now it's got to be put down. You know what I mean? It's like shooting your relationship in the leg, and then just well, it's how is it gonna move forward? How is it gonna be healthy? You know what I mean? It's such a crazy way, because another thing is that it affects your confidence, because just releasing your energy, it's not a natural thing. You know what I mean? When you bust a nut, it's to actually start a family. You're not meant to be looking at pixels busting into Kleenex tissues. Shout out Kleenex. Like, you know what I mean? It's not natural, bro. A lot of guys are commenting oh no, it's fine, it's just a normal bodily release, mate. And bro, it's not normal at all. It's not natural at all. And no conquerors and no cool, absolute savages in history were beating their meat to to TikTok baddies. You know what I mean? They weren't doing that sort of thing, man. They weren't. They were totally purely on that fucking purpose. And an example I like to give is Batman is not lusting over females. He's on his purpose. Even though Catwoman is all sexually alluring and she's a baddie, he's still locked in. Batman is still locked in, man. And he ain't, when he gets into his Bat cave, he's working on some gadgets, and he's going ham with Alfred, whatever the butler's name is. He's not there looking at the big screen beating off to TikTok baddies. Batman is not doing that shit. Yeah. Christian Bale's Batman, Batman 1, Batman Begins, actually hectic. Batman is so cool because he doesn't have any superpowers. His powers is just being rich. It's just so fucking awesome. His powers is being handsome, rich, and just an absolute giga chad. And he's got and he fights crime. Holy moly. Another thing that how it ruins your relationship, not only does it ruin your self-esteem and your confidence, because your lonely ass, weak ass is busting to pixels, but also women do not respect that. Women are repulsed by that. That is just disgusting. Seriously. It's not respectable at all, bro. It's not respectable at all. She looks at you she doesn't. You're not a man. You know what I mean? You're not a man. If you can't control your lust, you're not a man. Simple as that. No ifs and or buts. I don't know if I'm gonna make a video on two quick tips to beat your meat, more effectively. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you'd like a video about that. But this is about 2 tips, quick tips about how to stop beating your meat. Number 1, you got to understand where you're being triggered from what sources, whereabouts. Take a step back and analyze what's actually making you give in to your desires. At least for me, what worked for me was that, you know, you think about where you're getting triggered from, what's setting you off, and you just like kind of phase it out, or you avoid it, or you just change up your thing. For example, like you could be watching a bunch of content that has just degen material into it. You know what I mean? Like there's just some baddies on the screen. You know what I mean? And you're seeing that all the time. It makes it a bit harder to keep the urges under control and just like fucking live your life, you know? Like, you know, if you're trying to reduce the amount you're beating your meat and all that sort of stuff, it probably won't help if you have a whole bunch of degen stimuli that you're constantly consuming every single day. So like I would just like completely cut off that sort of content, that style of content, you know, just straight boom, bada bing, bada boom, boom, gonskis, you know. And that might work for you as it works for me. That might be the key that you need just to get that your foot in the door and really dealing with that addiction or dealing with that bad habit and you know, saving yourself some of the hassle. And the second tip is using this strategy which I've created, and it has helped me and it's come in clutch so often. It is insane how effective it is when you do come across some sort of degen material or distractions, whether you're scrolling or wherever it is, because it can bombard you every single day from all sorts of directions when you're not even willingly searching for it, you know, seeking it out. And that's just going, no thanks, I'm good, and moving on with your day. And you know, just like, you know, it's a consistent way to guard yourself from this bombardment of degeneracy we see nowadays. And you know, give it a go. You can, it's something, these things are so, I really like these tips because you can implement them in your life right now. And when you do come across something degen that you usually, you know, fantasize over some baddie, or you give into your urge, or you lust over something, or you're getting distracted again, you'll remember what I spoke about right now and remember the strategy. Boom, physically and mentally be aware and guard yourself and snap yourself out of the hypnosis so you can continue on with what you really want to do. And I know in your head, in your heart, you have something that you want to put your time and energy into that is way more fulfilling and actually goes towards something that's a bit more productive than just doom scrolling. There is something missing in your life that's making you do this, and a common denominator and motif that I had was when I was in front of the screen for a couple hours or whatever, I felt like my stress level was building up. And then so as like a coping mechanism, or a, you know, just to have like some stress relief, that's what I would do. I'll do that sort of shit to deal with the stress. So that might be a similar situation that you might be able to relate to, and you can handle that by just backing away from the screen, just walking away from the screen. It sounds so simple, but when you think about it, like the common denominator is when you give into your urges and is you're on your computer or on your phone or something like that. So if you just cut that out of the equation, you're going to be in a lot better spot, and you're going to be able to handle that temptation and urges quite a lot better, because just getting a little bit of a breather away from the screen, it does wonders. And it has helped me so much, and it just gets you out of that weird hypnosis in your mind where you just have that stress, and it has that grip on your attention and you can't back away. It's so freaking weird. But when you just back away from your computer, you just go outside, ride your bicycle, just go for a walk, just get some fresh air, or just getting out of the room, it makes such a big difference. And that just might be the little thing, the key needed just to help you a lot with dealing with this. It might just be the key that you need, and it has helped me quite a bit, so it might be able to help you. Like, comment, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. At least with me,
there's been times and periods of time where I've just been doing stuff on the computer for long periods of time. You know what I mean? And you get kind of stuck inside, and then you know it's like this weird thing. But if you get outside, you socialize, you talk to people. You know what I mean? Like that aspect of being a human, of just like actually going outside, moving your body, breathing some fresh air, getting some sun, it is like so important for your well-being and your stress levels. Like just being in nature, right? No distractions, and just being present. I promise you, you're gonna be a lot better. You're gonna have a lot better chance and a lot better mental state to be able to deal with these bad habits, with these addictions, and dealing with corn or beating your meat, right? You're gonna have a lot better mental, and a lot stronger will to be able to actually hold off on the urges, the temptations, and be like, yo, you know, I don't know a bad day. I don't know a bad day. Because let me know if you guys can relate. You know, if you have a bad day or a really stressful day, and you're just like, man, like this is, you know, so sad, you're more likely to indulge in your desires and actually, you know, succumb to your temptations if you're like, you know, sad or you're lonely or something like that, right? Like you're in the lower state where you can succumb to these things. It's just like, it's like it's like doing, you know what I mean? Like it's like easy at that point. But if you have a good day, then it's just like, it's not as easy, you know what I mean? You kind of just brush it off. You're a bit more focused, and you do things that you make you fulfilled, you know what I mean? Like, let me know if you guys understand what I'm talking about. You might be able to relate to my situation, and you know what I'm talking about might be able to resonate with you, and it might be able to give you a good idea on how you can tackle it, and it might even give you the key that you need to be able to tackle it and get more control of your life. Because so just getting outside, fresh air, and just being more human. When you talk to people, when you interact, because we're social creatures, that loneliness is a big thing, right? And that's like, you know, we're in a loneliness epidemic, right? So no wonder where a lot of people are addicted to corn and all that degeneracy and stuff. We're missing that human element and that social component. And it's so important. So you can, if you just talk to your friends or family or just anyone about anything, just small talk even, right? Like, and it has to be, I think, in person. Like you can't substitute it with just like talking online on the phone, FaceTime, Discord. Like it's not a replacement for the real thing, you know what I mean? And you know, I can say with certainty, when you have that personal, like an actual person-to-person interaction, you know what I mean, just anything, any sort of interaction, it's a massive difference, you know what I mean? And if you're doing it outside and you're out in nature, like it's a double whammy. Your stress levels are way lower, and you just had a more of like a chill day. Feels like a more chilled, fulfilled day, you know what I mean, instead of being cooped up in your room. Now let me set the scene. You're scrolling through your social medias, and boom, boom, boom. It might not be the first time, but over the hours or that you've been getting bombarded, that you're swiping through video after video, you're being bombarded by degen material. And the first time it might not get you. You might not give in to your desires. You might not give in to your lust. You might not give in to those temptations. But it kind of builds up, and after, it's chipping away at your armor. You need some sort of defense. Snap you out of that hypnosis. And that's where the strategy that I'm about to talk about right now comes in handy. And that is boom, no thanks, I'm good. That's all you gotta say. Raise up your hand, no thanks, I'm good, and keep it pushing. You keep swiping. You got 1,000 better things that you need to do. Guaranteed, with 100% certainty, you have something that you need to dedicate your time to, that you're putting off. So this snaps you out of that hypnosis and gets you down onto the right track, and just mentally and physically being aware about what you're looking at and moving forward. That's the main thing. You don't get caught up in it and you just start doom scrolling.
One single reason why you shouldn't be beating off in your relationship. And when I say beating off, I mean like beating off, watching porn, or any of that degen material. One tip, let's get straight into it. So, let's just say you have a limited amount of actual energy, life essence, and you're spending a chunk of that beating off to pixels when it should be used in either your purpose, which helps the relationship, or, you know, in your relationship with your partner. You know what I mean? So it's just like shooting the relationship in the foot if you're sectioning off that part of that energy or that life essence towards just like giving into your lust and beating off to pixels. It's just going to destroy the relationship. There's not one good thing that can come of it, right? No pun intended. So that is just one reason why you shouldn't beat off or indulge in any degeneracy while in a relationship. You got to spend it on your purpose or on your partner, or just completely avoid that whole corn thing, that whole beating off thing.
How to stop beating your meat right now. No BS. Let's get straight into it. You already know what's about to happen. Boom, let's set the scene. So you're on social media and you're getting bombarded with all these distractions, whether they're just like distractions or they're like degen distractions, like they're a bit lewd, a bit degen. Some girls some baddies are doing their thing, and you're lusting over them. You're making comments or fantasizing over them, and you don't even realize. Now that I've said it, it's gonna be in your mind. So the next time that thing, boom, comes into your face, and you're gonna catch yourself. You're gonna be like, oh damn. You're gonna be thinking that, and then boom, you're gonna remember what Adi told you in that one video you saw at 3 a.m. and you're gonna be like, damn, what did he want me to do? All right, and that's where the method comes in clutch. Boom. No thanks, I'm good. That's it. 4 words, 1 action. Physically and mentally guard yourself from this onslaught of bombardment of degen material that comes up on your feeds every day. And it could be anywhere. It's everywhere, you know what I mean? And it's a great defense, a consistent defense that has saved me and coming clutch so many times, where you're not willingly going out of your way to actually find this degen material. That material is like finding you. And so when it does find you, at least you have a method, a strategy that you can implement literally right now. You know what I mean? And start getting that, building up that almost that defense, you know what I mean? And the more focus the more you do it, and the more stronger your will, the more effective it becomes. And then all of a sudden, as soon as you see something, whether it's just a normal regular distraction, you start scrolling, you start doom scrolling, and you forget, you know what I mean? You get caught up in it, you get hypnotized by it, boom. It's gonna become like a reflex. Well, no, I'm good. I got better things to do. And you're continuing on with your purpose, putting your energy into something that actually fulfills you. It is such a great tip, such a great method, such a great strategy to stop beating your meat right now. You got to try it. Give it a go. Try it out, and then come back and comment down below how effective it is. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video. Like, comment, subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.